Hi everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Got a couple of questions from two people. Thought I'd go through them in detail and try to get other people notified about it. First, do you have any courses for backtesting any complex option strategies automatically? If you have, please advise. My answer is no. Sorry. The other thing is what I really need is to backtest my complex option strategy 4 legs at a time. Back tested manually for the last 5 years and it proves to have decent return every year. Now I want to automate the back test since it needs a lot of time to back test option strategy manually. But since you offer me features, do you have any back test strategy for last that has high performance every year and high Sharpe ratio? Okay, I'm going to answer that as well. First, the world is slowly converging onto Python. And there's a website called backtrader.com, which I think fewer people know about. And it's quite interesting how this guy has built out a pretty cool infrastructure for Backtrader. It has completely grown with live trading. Looks like he's doing his own website now. This is brand new through Algotopian. So maybe they're competing against Quantopian and the like. I don't know, but this is a lot of people seem to like it a lot, and however long it stays open source is another question. Okay, so there's that, which is Python. What I really need is a back tester for my complex option trading strategy more than a leg. Do I have any option courses or anything? Okay, so what I did was, let me just load up my academy here. And I shall be back in a minute. So here we are in the back end of my courses under my elite service. So this is going to become an annual service. It won't be cheap moving forward. Right now it's going to be very low priced. I'll get in that in a minute. And it's going to be quickly moving up. All right, so let me just show you what there's currently. We've got the Python infrastructure building blocks, which is really built around 2.7, but this should be somewhat compatible with Python 3. I'm using now 3.6. Some of these are older, but I may update this down the line with newer courses because I have a different view of the markets now and different asset classes. So there's that. This specific course is really geared towards helping this guy out regarding options and futures. So, but since you offer me futures, do you have a back-tested strategy for the last 5-10 years in high performance every year and high Sharpe ratio? I'm going to answer multiple different ways for that. First, this course will go through all the generated algos for these topics for both futures and options. Okay, covers everything from a fundamental point of view, and I believe that this will also cover the basis of any type of trading for forward-looking analysis on any major asset class, be it commodity, financials, or stock indices globally. I think this is a very important foundation to work from. Now, actually, I built a lot of core scripts around this, which I plan to implement, which I'll talk about in a little bit here. And then, of course, we have interactive brokers. So in here, you won't find any back testing at all. I'll explain my experience in a minute on my opinion on back testing. But as I said, for now, as the world's converging, you may want to look into this backtrader.com. Okay, so let's go back to the second question. Is I'd like to join the quant course. How do I go about doing it? Now, I've been doing this for quite a long time now, and what I'm finding is I don't like to overwhelm people, but for the price I'll be charging, um, it will be an expensive endeavor because I'm going to be um, telling you what's going on here. Okay, so like I said, we've got this Elite Trader. I've got 3 courses here for now. I've also got my store on Shopify at quantlabs.store. These are more just cheap videos, and basically, if I just go under videos here, you'll find that they cover a lot of Dukas copy, and then this interactive brokers, which is pretty well part of this course here, the interactive brokers, which is the very last module, which is really coming out of this video playback live sessions. This particular one for 37 bucks is 4.5 hours. It's kind of a crash course, all the topics covered. So that's currently what I've got on the go. So if you are familiar with me since late last year, let's say 2017, on my channel here.
Hey there,
on
how's your
YouTube,
trading going? Let me show you some algo
let's go
financial
under videos or under playlists actually. I've got over 2,000 videos, okay? So I would not ask anyone to go through every single one because a lot of them are kind of obsolete compared to what I'm working on now. But what I will tell you is these are the more current ones I'm working on, be it Dukas copy, which is becoming more impressive by the day.
Always wanted to learn more about stock trading? You should take online stock trading courses on Udemy. They've got
Wow, YouTube's getting worse and worse every day. Anyways, so we've got over how many videos? About 100? Yeah, pushing 100 videos on Dukas copy, all the different techniques that I've used. Dukas copy for, including J4X as well as Dukas copy itself. So obviously in my 2 videos here, which are 47 bucks, are crash courses on how to get introduced to Forex trading. So there's that, and I've been spending a lot of time with Dukas copy for the last 3-4 months. So that takes me back to my next point is content, future content. Because of the amount of videos I have here, I'll be turning these into separate course material and courseware. There's a lot of stuff in here, as well as I've been working, as you know, a lot with Redis NoSQL as my database, pushing 71 videos, true open source, and I've had lots of success with Redis. So I'll be pushing a lot of that stuff in future courses, and but a lot of it right now is in Java and Python. This is what I've been focusing mostly on over the last few months. So you'll be finding a lot of course material regarding mostly Dukas copy and Forex trading. My current strategy that I'm working on actually has been since December 2017 till about a week ago, being, let's say, third week of February 2018. I have stopped the development on a a fast-moving strategy which focused on tick and minute data for Forex data. And that's going to be another course where, based upon that experience, I think there's a lot of material that can be learned from that, and that can be turned into an actual course on how to integrate both J4X from Java, from Dukas copy, with both Redis and Python. So there's a lot of material there I want to do a course on as well. Now, my latest ventures have been a totally about face on yes, okay, cool. So like I said, I've been doing a complete about face on my analysis automated, give you an example, I can confirm that. If you come into my surveys here, it's not, again, not big numbers, and I've shown another one previously. Which following point of view do you take on algo trading as a trader, as a mathematician, as a computer scientist, as a data scientist? And you can see it's mostly traders. So that's who we're focusing on. Now, another survey I put up was focusing and showed the type of analysis people are using. And clearly, technical analysis was the number one option. Included quant, machine learning, as well as fundamental. So because of that, I've confirmed myself that I'm working with technical analysis more, and I'm finding more success excuse me, in developing better analysis tools using technical analysis. This video explains it quite in a detailed way. Headline again is the video on my channel, YouTube Quant Labs, is
If you live in the
the video is called New Technical Analysis on Many Forex Pairs for February 21st. So I show all the different techniques. That seems to work quite well. If you were to take a very high price course like Online Trading Academy at 15 grand a pop, from what I'm learning about what some students are telling me is it's the same principles. They have this so-called copyrighted or whatever secret strategy. But from what I'm understanding, it's basically looking at end of day data versus 4 hour and 1 hour. The inspiration of this strategy came from this website, Nick Trades, and she's a technical analysis person, and to be honest, I find her strategies quite universal in a lot of professionals. I've listened to a lot of Bloomberg, and a lot of the professionals on Bloomberg TV Live have talked about things like retracement, different types of patterns, support and resistance, classic stuff. So when you look at this survey, most successful traders are viewing trading as a trader, not as a mathematician or as a computer scientist. So that leads me to believe that this methodology is probably a universal approach, and it seems to be working quite well. And to be honest, I'm quite surprised on what I'm seeing. It seems to be working quite well. So there's things like Fibonacci retracement, support and resistance, moving averages of combinations of 20, 50, and 200 EMA. They seem to work quite well from what I'm seeing. You'll be able to see that in the video here. Again, new technical analysis on many Forex pairs for February 21st. Not only that, she also does patterns. And from what I'm seeing, and odd thing is that when I look at specific types of patterns, they're used in MetaTrader and only those patterns. So what we're talking about are patterns like, I think Geary, ABC, and another one. So I've sourced out some MQL4 files, and we're going to get them converted for the pattern. She also does flag and pennants, wedges. So I'm hoping to get them all converted into Python and have them as part of my overall strategy to view the markets. And specifically where you want to use these is in areas of when you're going to be looking for trend on the long term on a end of day or a day chart, and then you can pretty well assume that those are the better asset class or particular assets to go with. So for instance, the strategy can be used universally, okay? And the thing about this strategy, it can be used in crypto, forex, futures, options, stock, you name it, it can be used. So knowing that, what you want to do is look at the long-term day chart, let's say. So this is once again explained in this video, and you'll be able to identify the long-term trends, which I've done in that video. And then you could probably focus on, let's say, the top 3 to 5 positions you want to take on based upon those trends. But then of course you're going to get other opportunities based upon timing. If the Fibonacci says so, retracement says so, on the hourly and 4 hourly, and also the patterns will reveal quite possibly if you could take an entry or not. And this is what this Nick Trades does a lot of, and it's quite genius, and it seems to work quite well. So what I'm doing is I'm basically viewing these strategies and analysis techniques and adding on things that she's not considering, like statistics or pivot points. Somebody pointed me towards zigzag patterns as well. So, I'm going to be adding onto it and looking for different combinations that shows better analytical techniques. So that's the plan. And I'm hoping to build the quant analytics service around that as well. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Now, let's get back to the second question here. I would like to join the quant course. Currently, if you want to join to get all this stuff currently for a year, all this stuff, the Python, the futures and options, and the futures and options, as well as the interactive brokers bootcamp thing. Doing that for $800 currently. As I said, this stuff currently is priced at $2,800, and that's for an annual basis to get access to this right now. But I have moved it at $800. But what we'll get plus the $800 will be, as I said, will be an annual term. So as I said, I'll be revealing more content with what I've mentioned in this video over the next couple of weeks to months. So you'll be able to get access to that as well. And the thing is, actually, no, I said annual term. I'm looking at a 3-month term or a 4-month term. And that will give you access to everything plus the future stuff. And I'm actually thinking of adding on potentially my legacy, which would be my MATLAB and R courses, which is a monster as well, to go through this. So that would be the current rate. But over time, I'm going to be adding more to it, and you'll get access to it for 1 year. And if the current strategy that I've talked about, the technical analysis, which is similar to this Nick's Trades and pretty well universally used professionally by a lot of traders, I'm probably going to jack that up to well over $6,000 annually, and that's $6,000 US. The reason I can do that is for the amount of content I'm providing, plus what's working. That's, again, if it works, definitely I'll be expecting people to pay that, because I have so-called friends that are doing the same thing, not as intensive. To get access to that is well over $35,000. Plus, if you wanted to do a one-on-one for 5 days, let's say, it's well over $100,000. Or sorry, 35,000 euro and 100,000 euros. So for $6,000, it's still a good deal if you're serious about your trading and going algorithmically. Now, the thing is, if people think that's too expensive, well, this program won't be for you. And that's the direction we're going on, because we'll be heavily marketing this once we get it up and running. Okay, hopefully I'll help you out and answers all the questions that these guys had. Over now, later.